Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing my setup for April and I had the pleasure of doing these spreads with the amazing washi tapes that Ieebee kindly gifted me. So before we start doing the actual spreads, let's take a look at these beautiful tapes. As usual, they sent two washi tape sets with a little booklet with some photos with different things that you can do with the tapes. And this set that I'm going to show you is the Golden Garden, the 12 roll set. And as usual, I have all the links down below, as well as my discount codes and affiliate links. My code for Ieebee is Juliana20, so you get 20% off your order. Also, if you notice that I sound different, is because I'm sick and I have a sore throat, so don't mind it, please. So now let's open this baby up and swatch all these tapes onto my swatches notebook. This is part of the 3 new sets. All of them have these floral and letter designs. I chose this one because I love the pinks and the golds, and it came as a huge compliment to the setup that I was already planning out for April, so it all came together. Let's start with one of my favorites. I think it has cherry blossoms. I'm not sure, but for me it is. And it has this beautiful gold gilding. And you know I'm a sucker for gold gilding. For me, every spread has a space for a little gold detail. The sets come in various widths. Some are thinner, others are thicker. It has some good variation and it's perfect to mix and match if you want to use most of them in one theme. Some of them also have text like this one, and I don't usually use washi with text, only if it's a solid color behind the text, if that makes sense. But these designs are really cool and I can see myself use these even as a background. I think it would look really good. Besides the cherry blossoms, what sold me on this set was these letters. They are all in gold with some pink flowers and butterflies on top of them, and the serif font works really well with the other washes. One of the letters tape is from A to Q, and the other is from R to Z, and also has the numbers from 0 to 9. So basically you get the whole alphabet and also the numbers. These letters are so versatile, you can use them to form full words like I'm going to do, or use just the initial letter as a capital letter and just write the rest of the word. Kinda like the old fantasy books that have that really intricate first letter and then it's just normal typewriting. Besides my personal discount code, Ieebee is also doing a 50% discount on new releases and also 10% off site-wide when you use the code CAPIT10 or FABJOY. So just pick whatever discount code you want. This set also has this bigger washi tape with some girls in it, and it's so beautiful. I can already see how I'm going to use them in my reading journal when the book just calls for it. And this is it. I'm now going to show you how I'm going to use them in my April setup, and let's just take a moment to appreciate the gold gilding. Let's actually start setup, and the theme is Cherry Blossoms / Spring Witch. I bought this bundle from Runa Marotti, not sponsored at all, but I really wanted to use these stickers in April as I planned to, and I'm going to use my new washi tapes from Ieebee as a complement in these spreads. Also, the alphabet tape and the numbers are going to be in handy. So to begin, for the cover page, I put down this big 3 sticker with a cute deer lying on the grass below, and in this empty spot I'm going to use the letters to form the title, which is April, of course. Even if the flowers on the letters are a little different than the ones on the stickers, they are so tiny that you can't really tell unless you're looking really close. And besides, I think the colors look really well together. The pop of gold really makes the title shine and draws your eye to it. And I'm always honest with you guys, even in my gifted reviews. So I have to say that these alphabet washi tapes actually surprised me because I had in the past some washes with the gold, and if I just passed my nail through it, it would get scratched and you could see it. But in this, at least for me, I passed my nail and my tweezers as well, and the gold didn't come out, so it's a really good sign. The tapes are not very thick, but they hold up quite well. For the quote page, I used this sticker paper that came in the bundle as well, and it has these pastel pink flowers, so I used it as a background. I cut the middle because I'm going to put a big sticker on top and the background is not going to be visible, so I can use this rectangle for something else. As you can see, I had a difficult time trying to put it down, and it actually ripped the paper since the sticky part is really strong, but with some patience I worked around it. I put this really big sticker that has the spring witch dancing around the forest with the animals and the fairies, and on the bottom it has a quote which says, "One day you'll find your spring and your flowers will be one of a kind in all the world." Since the sticker already had a quote, it worked quite well in this page. Let's move on to the calendar spread, and starting with the actual calendar, I drew the grid in this almost magenta color, and I didn't like it in the end because I think it didn't go well with the overall color palette, so I passed another marker on the top to hide it. I like much more this pink peachy color instead of the magenta, and I also rounded the corners in the calendar since the theme is soft. I thought it would match the vibe better than the pointy corners. Just some design options. For the days of the month, I used the number stickers that came in the bundle. They are very cute in this cherry blossom form. And then on the top, I just wrote the initial for the days of the week. I'm going to use this empty space on the right page to do a notes section, and instead of making the border with some lines, I used the cherry blossom washi tape to do it. It was a little thicker than I wanted, so I used my cutting board to cut it in half and basically assemble this border all around with the tape. It looks really cute because since the washi tape has this almost transparent background, it blends really well with the white of the page, and it almost looks like the flowers are blooming behind this white rectangle in the middle. Then I just decorated the bottom of the notes section and the top left corner with some fairies, butterflies and cherry blossoms, and this spread is done. This next spread is a new one. I didn't make it before, but I saw Hedda from Shibujo doing one and I thought it was exactly what I needed. This March has been quite hectic and my schedule is all over the place. I have lists everywhere, and even though I plan all the things, I just have that feeling that it's not working and it's overwhelming. So, to fix that, I'm doing a spread for my tasks. And you might be thinking, but Juliana, aren't you also doing weeklies? Why do you need a different spread for your tasks? Well, that's because I can see my tasks at a glance on my weeklies, so I can see which ones I have to do, and I have been using my brain dump as a task manager basically. So, like this, I can use my weeklies for appointments, gym days, birthdays, upcoming concerts, all the things, and in this task spread I can put all my work, channel, and shop related stuff. And I mean shop because I'm currently designing some products that I hope will be available next year, but as the time goes on, you'll see more of that. I didn't talk about the spread at all, but basically I put the big sticker higher on the page, which left this awkward space below, and to fix that I just put washi tape across the pages and it looks good. Let's do the weeklies now, and I did the same layout as I did in March since I really like doing Dutch doors, and of course we have to start with it. I cut the right side of the page across multiple pages which are going to be part of my weeklies. Basically this layout is just the weekly space on the middle. The left side is where I put a mini calendar so I can see in which week I'm currently on, and below that a to-do list. And on the right side I just decorate. Since the first week of April starts on a Tuesday, I made space for only 6 days instead of 7. And for the other spreads, I made space for the 7 days as usual, and the last 3 days that fall on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, I only used the page for that. I know it's not making any sense, but you'll see in a minute what I mean. I was debating if I was going to use the letters or the numbers for each day, but since I used the letters already and I still haven't tried the numbers, I decided to use them in here. For the days that have two numbers like 11, 12, 13 and so on and so forth, I couldn't use the washi tape for both of the numbers because otherwise I would run out. So instead I used the tape for the numbers that don't repeat. For the ones that do, I used my gold pen to copy the number, so at least it works well when you don't look too close. Here on the right, I left this white space because I was going to put these circle stickers and use them like tabs. So I just have to cut around them, and in the end it will look like I have pretty circle tabs in all my Dutch doors. And yes, it was a bit tedious cutting around it, but I think it's worth it because it's a cute detail. And here you can see what I was saying about the numbers and the gold pen. The number 1 and 2 throughout the days are in gold pen instead of tape, but it kind of blends with the tape, so I think it's fine. With all the tabs done, I rounded the corners of the Dutch doors to give a more polished look, and I decided to color in pink behind each tab, so you know, when you see the tab from behind it still looks pretty. If I had more of those stickers, I would use them also in the back, but I don't, so this is the best that I can do. Since the last 3 days of the month only take up one page and not the entire spread, I used that empty page to make two sections, one for goals and the other for a monthly overview, where I can put the animes, the songs, the games, and the overall favorites of April. On the top, in the goals section, you can kind of see that I put a piece of paper on the top because I couldn't wait for my gold pen to dry and the gold transferred to this page. I tried to erase it with a white marker, but it didn't work really well, so I just put the paper on top to hide it. If I was doing this decoration again, I would change it, or even better, rearrange it. Because when I finished decorating, the final product wasn't exactly what I was thinking. It came out cute nonetheless, but still I would change it. The larger rectangle should be lower, the branch with the cherry blossom should be higher, and the quote should be on the very top because like it is now, the balance is a bit off. Let's continue on to the last spread of this setup, that's going to be my brain dump. This month I decided that I wasn't going to do a habits or a mood tracker because I have been very busy and I just don't remember to track them. Since those pages have been unused for late February and March, it was better to just not do them, and when I need them again, they will return. But right now, I just can't. So, those trackers are not needed, but this brain dump is. In here, as the name says, I dump all the things that come up on my brain. Sometimes is ideas, other times is the most random thing, but I like it because it's a space that I don't need to be pretty or organized. I just throw it in there and hope for the best. For this spread, I used washi tape all around to make a border and used the letters washi tape to do the title as I've been doing throughout this setup. And then I just decorated a little bit of the borders with the witch, some butterflies, and of course the cherry blossoms. And it's time for the final flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give a like and subscribe and put a cherry blossom emoji in the comments to let me know you watched until the end. I really liked how this theme turned out. I think the washi tapes complemented really well the stickers and it was fun trying something new. Also, don't forget all the discount codes that I mentioned in the beginning. You can also check them out in the description below. I hope you guys have an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one that's going to be pretty soon. Bye!